Imagine that you're in class one day and your lecturer has some great information on a PowerPoint slide and you think, I'd love to include that in my assignment. How would you go about referencing it? For information from lecture slides, you need to include the following: the author's surname and their first initials, the year that the PowerPoint slides were created, and these come in brackets, and then this is followed by the title of the slides in italics. Next, you'll need to say what the type of material is. For example, it might be PowerPoint slides, and you put this information in square brackets. Then comes the name of the platform the materials were taken from. For example, this might be something like Canvas. Lastly, you'll need to include a link to the materials. Let's pretend that you have a lecturer called Kevin Chopra, who has a PowerPoint slide deck that you would like to reference called Calculating Inflation. Here's how we could do it. We would write the author's surname, which is Chopra, and their first initial K. Next, we will put the year that the resource was made, which is 2023, and the title, which is Calculating Inflation. After that, we include the resource type. In this case, it's PowerPoint slides. And then comes the platform. And for this, I'll write Canvas at RMIT University. Lastly, I'll include the URL. If you want to reference something from a lecture recording, it's a very similar process. One difference is that we need to include the year, month, and day of the recording. And you'll also need to change the material type. I recommend writing lecture recording. Imagine that we want to reference Kevin Chopra's lecture, Calculating Inflation. We only need to make a few changes. We'll include the month and day along with the year of publication, and I'll change the resource type to lecture recording. One thing to note is that we would only reference course material in this way if we think the people reading our work would be able to access that link. For example, if you think the audience will not have access to your Canvas course shell, then you should reference course material as personal communication instead. You can find out how to do this on EasyCite.